What is up, everybody? Hazeblade here, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through a little bit of a walkthrough and tutorial on how to perform the various dodges in the Resident Evil 3 Remake using of course, the Raccoon City demo, which we have available as an example. So there's a few different methods to dodging in the game, and I'm going to go over a few of them. The main two are the perfect dodge, and then you have just kind of a normal dodge component. So I'm going to go over both of those first, as well as kind of a broken dodge mechanic that is really not supposed to work. The first one is the regular dodge mechanic. So quick explanation on how this works. If you press the dodge button, which on PS4 I believe is R1, on the Xbox One it is the right bumper, and on the PC for keyboard it is set to space by default, you can perform a dodge maneuver where if you're not pressing any inputs, Jill will just kind of backstep, or if you are like running in a certain direction and then you let go and press it, she'll back up, you know, based on the orientation of where her back is. But if you're moving actively in a certain direction, she'll go in a straight line, whatever direction that you're going into. So, although you can kind of zigzag and change directions, you're only able to change directions when you start a new dodge. So for example, if I wanted to dodge past this zombie and head in a different direction after I got past him, what I would need to do is I would need to dodge and then change directions once the end of that dodge cycle completed. So I could kind of go in like an L shape or sort of a Z shape if I wanted to. But keep in mind, you're also limited to 3 dodges before you incur a pretty significant movement penalty where she actually takes a pause at the end of the dodge. And no matter whether you do 1 or 3 dodges, you still will incur that pause, but the pause gets longer the more dodges in a row that you do. So if I actually spam this 3 times, she's actually going to stop for a second right after she finishes that 3rd dodge. So you do have to be careful with that. So, the way the perfect dodge works is that if you time this right, which for me the timing that I've noticed is that as soon as his arms come up to dodge, that's when I'll be able to press the dodge button and get a perfect dodge. So if I run against him, press the space bar just like that, there's your perfect dodge, and it works out fine and dandy. So that's a little bit about how that works. It is mostly consistent once you get the timing down, but depending on the angle that the zombie is approaching you from, sometimes the timing can be a little bit more difficult to kind of get the hang of. But generally, if you're running head on towards a zombie, once those arms lift up, that's the best opportunity to dodge. So I was actually a little bit late on that one, but if you time it out perfectly, as soon as those arms come up, there's your perfect dodge. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually fight back at the end of a perfect dodge. So once you get a perfect dodge, if you hold down the aim button and then immediately hold down the fire button afterwards, you can actually fire in rapid succession. And what's cool about it is that when you're in that slow-mo time, you actually fire rounds faster than you normally would when you aren't in the middle of a dodge. So I thought that was a pretty cool component. You also get a special animation with the knife, so I am going to try to see if I can... There we go. She actually does kind of like a slashing motion rather than that usual stabbing gesture that she does, which is pretty cool. But you do have the chance to fight back and take advantage of some slow-mo time. It's pretty cool. The next thing that I'm going to try to show you is a dodge that you're not really supposed to be able to do in this game. It's called the aim dodge, at least that's what the speedrunning community has named it, where once you get close enough to a zombie, in the moment, so this is actually, the timing is a little bit earlier than the timing for trying to go for a perfect dodge, but if you just tap the aim button, you can run right past a zombie mid-lunge without even getting hit. So I'll see if I can do this real quick, because it is a little bit tough to get it first. There it is. So you just tap the aim button, see if I can do it again. Maybe I can do it one more time just to drive home the example. There it is. So for whatever reason, you get a very brief window of iframes in the midst of this dodge. And that's another example of the retaliation following up with a perfect dodge. So that's a little bit about the dodge mechanic in the game. Lots of different ways to dodge. Of course, you can always just run around a zombie too if you can't get the timing right, unless there's obviously a horde of them that might things be a little bit more difficult. But be on the lookout. I will be doing like a speedrun tutorial shortly after the full release of Resident Evil 3, where I'll actually go over some of like the ways that you can perform functions in the game faster by dodging certain zombies and triggering certain events in the middle of a dodge. So be on the lookout for that. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We also have channel point rewards starting at $1.99, where you can take advantage of some really cool perks. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take it easy.